And most important thing every entrepreneur need to answer is, how do you pick a resource? What do you see? So different people see different things. So how do you pick? Because uh, in India, picking up a resource is much difficult than compared to other countries. Uh, that's what I feel. So, what is your criteria to pick? Because everything is new. It is not that service standard protocol is established. Everything is standard. We just need to take the people and do it. Yours is not a service based, mostly product based, building new. So, how do you pick the team?
I think it's such a question which everybody would love to have a ready-made answer. I don't have. Okay, like everyone, I don't have a ready-made answer. It's not easy at all. Okay, uh, I would like to say that it's for a lot of people actually it is trial and error. People have very specific reasons. People look at specific methodologies. I would say everyone has their own methodology. For me, it is I would like to look at the energy. Okay, in terms of is that person energetic or not in the first place? Okay, because if they're not energetic in being recruited or in being hired, correct, I would not expect them to be energetic when they're doing the job. Okay, so one is, of course, obviously they need to have the energy. Second is they need to be at least showcase the ability to learn or pick up some stuff. If they've done their engineering, or if they've done their business management or B pharmacy or whatever it is, right? They at least need to have enough knowledge of that to be able to say that they would spend 3 years or 4 years learning that. Okay, there are many people today who have no clue what they've done in 4 years.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's really sad because I actually spent 4 years on that. Okay, and I think you would know, or at least relate to, when I see resumes where engineering graduates have spelled engineering wrong. Okay, so those are a definite no. Correct. I mean, there has to be a minimum criteria, minimum bar. So it's largely energy. Figure out that if they can learn something fast, have they learned something in the last few months? Correct. That's two. Communication is important, but that has changed because uh, we here in India, especially, we see a lot of people coming in from the towns and various villages. Communication in English is not great, but they have very good technical knowledge. Okay, they're very good technically, and that's something which we need to be very cognizant of when we look at, and we shouldn't look at purely English as the medium of communication. It's a challenge because right now you have more and more multilingual, cross country teams, people working from everywhere. And if one person cannot understand what the other person is saying, it's a huge challenge. But then, yes, we need to figure out a way for them to work together even if they are not able to speak the same language. I think software somehow kind of manages to bridge that in some sense. Okay, but then, yeah, these are some of the criteria which I use.
Okay. So, do you
And I have been wrong in the past, but yes, it happens.
yeah, do you expect them to bring new ideas, or do you check in that way also? Are they able to bring some new ideas?
Well, no, not really. Experienced people definitely,
Okay.
because that's what you take experienced people
Okay.
for, because you would want them to bring that experience into your organization and improve your organization, right? If something you're not doing something right, they should be able to fix that, or bring a better process in, or tell you how it's done. You cannot expect the same from juniors and freshers because they are actually come to learn. I mean, they are. Uh, uh, if you get somebody who's able to bring in an idea, then don't let go of them, because that's really rare in a country like India. Okay, it's very rare to get somebody who can speak their mind, to be able to suggest to you something without feeling intimidated or thinking that they are wrong, because so many of us are taught, and again, it could be cultural, it could be upbringing, it could be schooling, it's so many factors, right? Are taught that what you know is not right, right? What your elder knows is right. Okay, because of which, even if we see something wrong, okay, we either say that, okay, it's not my job to tell that it's wrong, Okay, or we say that, I mean, why do I get into trouble by saying that it's wrong, what you're doing is wrong? So they just tend to keep quiet, and because of which, then you figure out after a few days, they're wasting a lot of time and resources, you figure out the right way, and they'll come back and say, look, I always knew it was not, it was wrong. And they are like, why didn't you speak your mind? And they're like, I don't know what you would say if I said it's wrong. So we have this huge challenge in India where people are not able to speak their mind because of our cultural challenges which we have.
One specific question: how do you assess the energy? You told that they have to be energetic and they have to have that intrinsic fire in them. So how do you assess that?
Yeah, so it's all face-to-face interviews. Okay, you have to meet a person face-to-face, even if it is remote. I mean, nowadays most of it is remote. Okay, even in remote, you can make it out by their body language, by their expression, by their language. The the interest they take in explaining something. So when you ask them a question, there are people who can reply in monosyllables, yes, no, or there are people who say, give you one-liners, yeah, fine, I did that, right? Or there are people who take the interest to actually explain to you. Okay, sometimes those guys are categorized as talking too much, correct? But then it essentially shows that they have a certain passion towards what they did and what they are capable of. So those are the people you should really look for. Okay,
Okay.
so you know that tomorrow if you have a discussion, you're doing something, they are the ones who can contribute.
Right.